Hey, this is the Perfected Utilitarian System, Part 4, Citizenry and Duties. Uh, as I stated in Part 2, I do believe that every citizen should be issued a rifle. I believe that the government should engage in that activity. And I also believe that the government should issue every citizen a garden, a food garden. Now, for duties, the citizenry, each citizen would be required to maintain both their rifle and their food garden. In doing so, property taxes and possibly even rent would be subsidized, and food would be free. Of course, food would be free only for those who maintain their garden. If they do not maintain their garden, if they do not essentially subsidize their own food, which is what the maintenance of the garden would be, then they should not be receiving free food. Since they are not subsidizing the food of others, they should also not be free from the taxation. I do believe that most people would accept that simply taking care of a food garden would be a responsible thing to do, and so I don't believe that many people, if any, would fail to do so and thusly require a tax or a fee of any sort. Now, the garden, citizens can essentially choose from a wide selection of plants, food plants, and the government gives them seeds or gives them clones, little saplings, and then the government also gives them a plot of arable land, fertile land. For example, a grass yard would be tilled, turned over, compost and manure would be provided, and the yard would be transformed into an actual sustainable garden. Now, if citizens want to expand their garden beyond that, that is their choice. If citizens want to grow things other than food, that is their choice. However, the government will not provide that. As for other duties, I do believe that it is necessary for citizens to engage in some kind of militant service. I believe that having a nationalized border system where each citizen is required to spend at least 1 year on the border patrol would be ideal. This would create a sense of unity in the populace, a sense of commonality. It would create a sense of belonging. It would also instill discipline into the citizenship. It would also provide useful skills for all citizens. It would also protect and assure the continuation of the nation. Now, this is drawn essentially from fascism and ancient tribal imperialism. You need to have some kind of border protection. You need to have something common among your people in order to even have a nation to begin with. Now, this is not to say ethno-nationalism is correct. I actually am not an ethno-nationalist. However, if you look at the binding factors and which are provided by this sort of service, it is very useful. So that is one thing. The other thing is that I believe all citizens should aid in the educational system. Homeschooling in the United States performs much better, even on standardized testing, than public schooling. So parents should actually be involved with their children's education. even if we do institute some sort of public schooling system, parents should be required to be involved in their children's upbringing much more closely than they are now, which is our current system in the United States is essentially a daycare, which has its own problems that are kind of obvious once you understand that they are there. The last duty would be that citizens should be on the lookout for subversion. Subversion is a huge problem. It comes in actually not that many forms. However, in order to equip citizens with the capacity to properly notice and comprehend subversion when they see it, we would need a reboot, a totally different restructuring of the education system. And I will get to that in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace.